I threw a cake into the woods.
What?
Why?
Like a whole cake.
That cake could have
Why?
gone to a starving kid in Africa. Come on, man.
That starving kid could have had all of that sugar, Jacob. You could have given that starving kid diabetes.
You could have given it to me.
My sister-in-law made a cake. It was like a practice cake. I dropped my fidget spinner. Shit.
You have a fidget
Seriously,
spinner?
you have a fidget spinner?
Have you destroyed your...
What is the deal with the fidget spinners?
Finish the story.
Okay.
Just a story.
Finish it.
Anyway, my sister-in-law baked a cake just as a practice for like one of her classes, and in one of her classes, it's like a home ec class, and she's just learning more about cakes and stuff. So she practiced a lot with fondant, which is like decorative icing that tastes like shit. So anyway, she was practicing with that, and she made a cake, and no one was gonna eat it or do anything with it, and it was just taking up space in my fridge. So I took it out into the woods, and I actually vlogged the whole thing. You can check it out on my Instagram. That was a plug. So you can check it out on my Instagram if you want.
What's your Instagram handle though?
At the Indie Jacob.
The Indie
so
Jacob.
Go check it out there. I took the whole entire cake and just chucked it into the woods, like into a ravine. So some deer is gonna enjoy that, or he may not. Fondant tastes like ass. So
wow.
He may not even like it, and I don't even think a child in Africa, the deer may. I don't think a human would like it. Once they get through the thick layer of awful icing, they may like the sweet cinder that's there, but none of us were willing to even go through it. So that's my story.
Well, I'm watching your Instagram video right now.
Oh, isn't it great?
This cake looks beautiful, guys. Oh my gosh.
It is. It was a beautifully sculpted cake. And the actual one she's turning in for the class is actually even nicer looking. So, yeah. Welcome to the 31st episode of the Digicast. I am your host, Indy Jacob. With me is developer Scott Lee.
Hello.
Is your actual name Scott, or is it short for like Scottathan or something?
Yeah, I sometimes go by Scottathan.
Cool.
No, I don't actually. Yeah, my name actually is Scott.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was an interesting bit we had going there. That was really funny. I'll make sure to leave that whole thing in because I'm sure the viewers will really laugh at that. That was funny.
I was laughing.
I thought it was comical.
Yeah. I thought there was a deep sense of comedic value that we really brought out in each other.
Yeah. I have to agree.
Yes.
And then we have another guy in here who needs no introduction. You all know
You're
who
too modest.
he is. You know his name.
Your mom
Shout it
knows
from
him.
the rooftops. It's Nathaniel Benny.
You're killing me, dude.
So what's going on, guys? Have you had a good week?
My week was great.
I have had a very busy week, actually.
Yeah.
I
me
have
too.
gone from living in one place to moving somewhere else temporarily for a couple months, and I've actually moved my workstation twice in a span of 3 days. So yeah, there's been a lot going on.
Yeah, and if you do any sort of editing or anything, you know that is quite a task.
Oh yeah.
That is not easy. I'm sure you have dual monitors even. Like, I don't even have that. I've dropped my fidget spinner like 4 times.
Dude, I have, so right now I have 5 monitors surrounding me. I have 2 dual for my desktop, 2 dual for my laptop, and a TV for playing actual games.
It's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my lord. I have a laptop.
That's cool. I have a
And
laptop. Nice.
Well,
So
I guess
wait.
and my tablet and my phone.
So you had to
I don't know.
move.
I have a lot of things.
You had to move your desktop and your laptop and additional monitors and your TV. And you had to do that twice in 3 days? Whoa.
Yeah, well, I was in one room, and then there was a spare room. I don't want to disclose where I am. It's not like secret or anything. It's just not that important. I went from one place. It's very, very secret, guys. Just let you know. But anyway, the first place that I was in, it was kind of cramped, so I've moved to a bigger.
He lives in Arkansas.
Yes. I've moved to a second room that's bigger, so that is why I had to move twice.
He lives in Atlanta, Georgia, on Rainbow Road Avenue.
I do live on Rainbow Road Avenue.
He lives near Rainbow Road, he said. Yeah.
Yes. But hey, that video, you never know. I could have just been traveling and still had to go 5 hours, and I just saw it while I was driving by.
Yeah,
that's honestly what I assumed. I assumed you just like were driving or something.
By the way,
for
those who haven't seen it, you go over to Nathaniel Bandy's YouTube channel and you can find it there. He found Rainbow Road in real life.
A literal street called Rainbow Road.
Totally.
But before you do that, though, you should watch my Outlast 2 videos because that needs views like horribly bad.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
This
and
is if you don't go watch, just too many plugs.
If you don't go watch the Outlast 2 video, Jacob will literally starve to death. So it is very important that you go give him some ad rev immediately.
Yes.
And then come back to this podcast.
I may or may not stoop to that game's level and just constantly jump scare you needlessly for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that was a lot of plugs. What are we talking about today?
Too many plugs.
That was a lot of plugs. You're right.
It was so many.
A new convention where just everyone who visits, like all the people who are going to be there, are just constantly plugging their own YouTube channels, and
they
no one
plug
gets
everything hard at this place we're talking about. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was mildly sexual. Could have been taken that way. I don't know. I did. This is a lengthy intro. We usually kind of get down to business before then. Let's extend this even longer, though. You guys asked about this little gadget I have. It's called a fidget spinner.
Ugh, I did not ask about it. I just. Okay, well, I guess I did actually.
You asked.
You want to tell us what the deal is with fidget spinners?
Oh, it's just. I mean, I've wanted one for a while now. I just never did get one. I just honestly it's just a thing to play with. Like I said, it's just a thing to keep my hands busy. I do it. I use it when I edit. I will absolutely be using it during these podcasts because during these podcasts, I'm usually the one who just has I just have scissors in my hands and I'm just spinning them. And I probably shouldn't do that. And then I also just have just literally anything that's next to me that I can get my hands on. That's probably why I dropped my cup of water twice a few episodes ago. I just like to play with things.
You know what? I'd rather you have the fidget spinner than playing a video game during the podcast so you can actually pay attention to what we're talking about.
By the way, Jacob has done that multiple times.
Lots of times.
Yeah. Multiple times.
That wasn't a bit for one episode. I have actually played games multiple times while we're talking.
Yeah.
I've played Super Mario Run. I've played
Zelda.
Breath of the Wild. I've played Fire Emblem Heroes. I've played Tetris. There are times where I've played games and I haven't even said anything about it. So,
and that is just a secret that no one else will know about. What were those games?
Nathaniel Bandy's address in Rainbow Road, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes. Actually, if you go to Google Maps, there's several roads called Rainbow Road. There's 6 or 7 in America.
That's amazing. I have yet to see one.
Yeah,
which is interesting
because
I think in Mario Kart there's 6 or 7 Rainbow Roads, isn't there?
Yeah. But I have to say, the Rainbow Road that I was at, it was so easy. The easiest Rainbow Road
it looked like you were playing on 50cc.
Yeah.
Items off.
It was pretty lame.
Yeah, where were the items? You had no items, the whole track.
Dude,
I'll tell you one thing, I fell in love with it because there was no blue shell.
Yeah. Ooh. That could be a whole podcast. We just talk about the blue shell and why I think it's great.
I do plan on making a video about it. I'm going to make a video about it.
Yes.
And it's going to be great. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This has been 10 minutes of bullshit.
Well, let's get to it.
It's been great. I'd almost rather just extend it and not talk about a single video game this week.
Well, I want to talk about something. Please?
That was so wimpy sounding.
I want to talk about something.
We can talk about something because Nathaniel's getting his pants in a bind.
Yay.
Let's talk about E3.
Yeah, I think honestly, there really wasn't a whole lot that happened. There's been things that have happened, but none of them are really too noteworthy. Since we recorded the last one, and I am awake this time, guys, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, you bought Blaster Master Zero, though, Jacob, which I'm surprised by.
Why does that surprise you?
Well, because I played the demo and I was like, oh, it's surprisingly interesting and good. And then you were like, oh, yeah, Blaster Master Zero.
Oh, yeah, that's the voice I made.
You were, man. You were really deep and into it. You know what I mean?
You made me sound like an 80s swimsuit model. Oh, yeah.
And then you bought it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. I plan on probably doing a video about that too. Maybe not like a full-fledged kind of half commentary, half review thingy I usually do. I may cater it more towards like demos and the importance of them, because I would not have purchased that game had there not been a demo for it. I probably wouldn't have. I mean, and it's a fun game. I absolutely am just loving it. It's really fun. Did you guys play anything interesting this week?
I've just been playing a lot of Mario Kart.
Well, I know Nathaniel got his hands on Minecraft for
That's
free.
true. Nintendo Switch Edition.
I got Minecraft Nintendo Switch, and I streamed it, and I had no idea what I was doing. And everyone was like, "Oh my god, what a noob!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I am a noob. I'm like the only human in the entire world that doesn't know how to play Minecraft."
Well, I plan on getting the physical version when it comes out, so we'll have some dank meme-filled streams of Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know how to play Minecraft either, actually. I have played, and I've played way too much Pocket Edition for like what any human being should, probably, which is not a lot.
Guys, let's just all sell out and become Minecraft channels. Let's do it.
I would love to do that, because then that would mean that I would get views.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, that'd be a nice feeling again.
Dude, so many people were watching my Minecraft stream. There was like 300 people. I was not expecting that much. I'm like, why are you guys watching a 15-year-old game?
There was a period. There was a period of almost a year in my apartment where the 10-year-old who lives here, that was like all he watched was Minecraft YouTube channels.
I liked how you worded that. Like it was just some 10-year-old that wandered in off the street, and you just kind of let him play Minecraft for a year, and then he went about his way.
Well, look, I haven't told the audience the story, Jacob, but since you brought it up, yeah, there was an open window one day. He kind of crawled in, and he has like this really long black hair, and when he moves, it looks like there's like a frame stutter. And I'm beginning to think that this may actually be some kind of a supernatural, demonic sort of, I don't even know, some kind of a spirit. He's probably already dead, and so this is like some sort of undead thing maybe you would see in Outlast 2 or something. I don't know, but
okay, so he chose to play Minecraft of all things, because now that's the closest thing that lets him experience real life again.
Well, when you think about like how commercialism has completely taken over what used to be an indie game brand, I think that's about the closest thing you can get to an undead loving game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. By the way, you said indie, and I would like everyone to know that if you check out the Indie Jacob YouTube channel, there's lots of fun times to be had.
That's where they are right now, though,
that was the perfect transition, dude.
Watch my Outlast 2 video. Thanks.
Anyway, let's actually talk about E3 predictions. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I have okay,
you guys.
Guys.
Have any?
I have okay, here we go. I got E3 predictions. They're 110% my ideas, okay? No F-Zero, no Metroid, no Mother, no Animal Crossing, no Mario Party, no Kid Icarus, no 1080, but we are going to get Switch Music U. Definitely not my idea. Definitely not Jacob's tweet.
That is a hoot and a half. Yeah, that tweet just exploded.
And just in case,
out of nowhere. And I was just like, oh, I'll just put a sassy tweet out. I was eating lunch at work, and then I just thought it was interesting to put something out about Switch Music U, which may or may not happen. I believe it probably will. But I honestly thought maybe 10 people would like it. I'd get a couple retweets, and that would be that, and it'd be the norm. But no, it got like 1,500 likes and like 600 retweets or something.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
I'm like as famous as Jimmy Fallon now. I'm almost on the level of Jerry Seinfeld, and that's no joke.
You still got to work up to those Donald Trump tweets, because he gets like 5,000 retweets per tweet, 15,000
I'll
likes.
never be on the comedic genius level of Donald Trump. I can't.
Dude.
I can't do it.
Nobody can.
I don't know a single stand-up comedian who would even get close to those numbers of brilliance. That I am absolutely tempted, or not even tempted. Sorry, that was a poor choice of words on my part. I am in belief that Donald Trump is in fact one giant troll. Like, he is the embodiment of the dark corners of the internet himself. They just manifested into a human being.
And then that whole
he just
thing
fires
was
people
elected as president.
Yeah. It was like Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He was a some type of, I can't think for shit right now.
No, but I think you're right, Jacob. I think you're right, and I think he also, it's possible that maybe he is the villain from Earthbound, where there is no way to defeat it by fighting.
The real guy gets. We all just have to get together and pray. That's what it's going to take. Just a bunch of prayers. Even if you don't believe in Jesus himself.
Well, it's just like Earthbound. It's gonna take like psychic powers, right, and like love.
Yeah, just lots of love.
What does that do for you? Does that blow your mind?
It's Mother's Day, by the way. Yeah, I'm purely convinced that Donald Trump is a manifestation of just all of the anger and hatred and racism on the internet.
Oh my gosh!
He just someday crawled out of the computer and just kind of. This bundle of code just came to be.
Yeah,
it accepted, like, it wanted us to accept it as a form, so it assumed the form of a human being. And it never got the hair right, though. It hasn't got the hair right yet. It's still working on it.
I got to stop you right there, Jacob. It's just now sinking into me that regardless of how ridiculously all over the place we are this podcast, that today is in fact Mother's Day. And that of all of the places on the internet that are going to take advantage of that, we here on this podcast just now thought of it in the middle of this. We could have had an entire mother-themed podcast, and we totally freaking blew it.
We could have. But then that would mean that we would have to call attention to it, which Nintendo apparently doesn't want us to do. They want us to just forget about Mother.
That would be too stereotypical. Too stereotypical, because every other podcast is doing that. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, and instead of us stooping to those levels, we're going to talk about Donald Trump manifesting from anger and hatred code. We're talking about the real issues. We're talking about the real things on this podcast. I mean, this is life, guys.
Trying to veer away from Donald Trump, Jacob, and you keep going back to Trump. But hey,
because he's not a part of the gaming podcast that we have. I just watched you throw your cake. You threw it really far. Holy crap!
I'm impressed. That thing was heavy. That was like a 10-pound dumbbell. Damn. That was a heavy cake, man. That was a lot of thick, nasty icing on that cake.
So now that we've moved from Trump to cake, let's go back to video games.
We are. I would like to mention we are about 17 minutes in. This is a video game podcast, and what actual E3 predictions do we have? Because I really don't honestly believe that was the funny thing about that tweet is everything I listed in there, I truly don't believe we're going to see any of those. And I think a lot of people thought it was half joke, half realism, and I'm a little sad that I was serious about that.
There's a lot of Metroid rumors going around, so a lot of people think. I really
hope Metroid happens.
A lot of people think we're going to see a Metroid game.
I just want Metroid to happen.
I don't know about Metroid, but honestly, I could definitely see an Animal Crossing. Some sort of Animal Crossing teaser as well as Mario Party. I'm just looking at your tweet. If the two things we're definitely going to see is probably Animal Crossing, probably Mario Party, and of course we're going to see something about Smash 4, some sort of port.
We're not seeing anything about 1080. That's not happening.
No, we're not.
It's not happening.
No, F-Zero would be cool. I mean, I think this is the time where they really should consider doing it. They brought back Star Fox. Now it's time for them to try again, bring back F-Zero. It doesn't even need to be anything revolutionary. I just want to see Captain Falcon in HD. I want to see him looking really, really tight in his clothes, driving the Blue Falcon. I want it to look like Mario Kart 8, except better, because it's the Switch. It should look better. And I don't know where I was going with that, but...
What I would like to happen is for an F-Zero to get announced, and the trailer is just a cabin on top of a snowy mountain, and a couple of people are playing pool, some people are hanging off the stairs, and then there's this one guy leaning up against some snowboards, right? And it's Captain Falcon, but then he actually takes his mask off, and it's Ricky Winterborn, and yeah.
Okay,
I would cry.
Now that you mention that, honestly, I want an F-Zero snowboarding game. How cool would that be?
I want an F-Zero 1080 crossover.
Yes,
with Diddy. With Diddy.
That's not going to happen. Diddy Kong's just gone.
Diddy dead. It makes such sense, though.
Hashtag Diddy dead. Get that spreading.
That's not cool.
I'm sorry.
Do we have any actual E3 predictions?
I gave some. I think we're gonna get Animal Crossing. We're probably gonna get a Mario Party. Definitely Mario Odyssey for sure. That's like 100% confirmed at this point. Hopefully something on the new Pokemon.
Isn't that really all they're doing? Isn't that really all they're doing this E3? They're kind of doing the same thing they did last E3 with Breath of the Wild. It's just going to be all about Mario.
We don't know that yet. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me if that's all they do. Which, honestly, that's fine. I don't really care. I just want a nice hour-long direct just the day before or during E3. That's all that matters to me. So,
I have a feeling they're going to talk about Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to talk about Splatoon 2.
Yep, and maybe a little bit of ARMS. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Isn't ARMS going to be like an invitational? Like, aren't they having some type of tournament for that in Splatoon 2?
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
Because the fighting community is really going to like ARMS. Wink, wink.
Sorry, I was just watching Jacob throw this cake, and we've all
watched it.
I was baffled by the fact that like that cake was so well decorated. I mean,
I know. That's what I was saying.
You guys should see the actual one. Like, it looks really, really good. Like,
not
that
a bad
one looks
looking
like
cake.
That one looks just pants in comparison to the real cake.
Nice little flowers and all kinds of colors and stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, and the flowers were just like completely homemade. I mean, there was no what are those things? What are those called whenever it's like they make cookies out of them.
Yeah.
Like stencils. There's no stenciling for the flowers. It was just completely hand woven ice flowers.
None of that stencil nonsense.
Yeah, dude. We don't do that. We don't do that in this household.
This freaking cake is the reason we are so distracted today.
Yes.
All right. So look, back to E3.
It was like the greatest anime fight of all time.
Yes.
In all seriousness,
just battling my arm of throwing it into the woods. It was hard, but I overcame.
Hold on.
I want to be honest with you guys. I want to be honest with you about like why I think we're doing so terribly this podcast as far as staying on topic on E3.
Yes, please. Let me know.
I think it's because, and this is actually related to what like we're supposed to be talking about. I think it's because Nintendo has been doing so well lately as far as like sales and like the commercials have been on point, and
I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, there is not like that. The internet has been so used to just complaining about Nintendo for like more than probably 2 years now, right? And now, like we're about to have E3. We don't know what Nintendo's going to do at E3, right? Like nobody really knows, but what everyone does know is that even if they pull what they did last year and just go there with one game, first of all, they won last year with just that one game, and that was Zelda, and that was amazing. And even if they do the same thing with Mario Odyssey, I don't even think we're going to care. I don't even think we're going to mind, all right? And that's like, I think that's the reason that like we're struggling so hard this podcast. There's nothing.
Maybe partially.
There's no controversy. There's nothing. We're just like, yeah, things are good right now. Next.
I'd say in a sense, I could agree with that. Yeah.
We don't complain.
That is weird though, right? Like there really is nothing to complain about in terms of how Nintendo's been, which is crazy. Because seems like there's always doing something stupid, but not recently.
I mean, there's things about the Switch that are stupid that I will gladly say. If we need some negativity this podcast, don't worry, guys. I'll bring it right in here.
No. We'll just keep talking about cake. Just talk about your cake.
Oh yeah, cake. Well, cake makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
It's cake.
Who doesn't love cake?
Also, the Switch needs voice chat.
Yes, it does.
Here's something good.
That's coming though. Online.
Here's something good that I want to mention real quick. I want to be the one to say this because I think I'm the one who's going to sound the most excited about it. You don't have to type in your credit card information anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, that happened this past week. Yeah.
Yep.
It's about time.
Again, like everything's so good right now.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that big of a deal. I only bought one game. Like, the only game I bought on there was Master Blaster Zero, but it was baffling that I couldn't even save my credit card information. Because I was actually going to go buy Kamiko, but I didn't, and I had to type in my credit card information again, and I was like, why am I doing this? This is something that was on eBay in, like, 2004. Why am I doing this?
But you avoided a purchase because you were like, it suddenly hit you, oh, I'm typing in my credit card again?
I just didn't decide to pick it up. It looks fun. I mean, have you guys played Kamiko?
No.
I haven't, and it
I
looks
have not.
interesting. I just haven't picked it up. Yeah, I've been catching up on other things. So yeah, we should probably actually talk about E3 predictions because I think I'm just gonna make that the title of this video. I want to give the listeners their money's worth.
E3 predictions and cake. That should be the title. Okay, actually, let's talk about Pokemon. I'm pretty sure they're gonna announce something. Do you guys think it's gonna be just a name, a teaser, a full trailer? Like, what do you guys think we're gonna see in terms of Pokemon?
Why do you think they're gonna announce something for Pokemon?
It's Pokemon.
It's Pokemon.
But I know, but we just did Go, Silver, Moon, and Silver,
what?
Sun and Moon. I don't know. My brain did something there with the S's.
You pulled a Jacob right there.
I don't know, but yeah, no. I guess what I'm saying is like we just saw a kind of a Pokemon slew of stuff this past year. Why do you necessarily think they're gonna do something else for Pokemon?
Well, I wouldn't be shocked if they announced it. It probably won't get released this year, but they might announce something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really feel like they're just going to announce something. It'd probably be just the name, or just say, "Hey, we're working on the next game. It's coming out late 2018 or whatever." No, we're definitely not getting a like. I mean, I asked if we were getting a full trailer, but the odds of that are like slim to none. But it's probably going to be relatively soon because Nintendo does want to make sure those Switch sales continue to just keep growing and growing like they have been.
I hope we get the Ash Ketchum VR experience.
Yeah.
And then that's our segue into Nintendo releasing a virtual reality headset.
Do you guys think that the Switch can actually work in VR? Like, as a serious question.
Yes.
I really don't. I don't really want it to because the screen is only 720p, so splitting that across two eyeballs, that would look really ugly. Just a personal.
I think it could work.
Complaint.
They could make it work.
I mean, it could work. It's just I don't think it would look good.
The thing is, I don't think Nintendo's going to do it until they found an excuse for it to actually work well. Aside from like the Wii U,
VR really has just kind of gone by the wayside. Like it's just not. I mean, yeah, it was hype and stuff last year, but like, I mean, no one really cares.
Well, I mean that's just new technology. No one knows how the hell to use it at first, but once it's out for like 4 or 5 years, that's when people start to pick up on it. Like, okay, this is how it's useful. But the thing is, I don't know if Nintendo is going to work with VR unless it really starts to pick up the next couple of years. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, the HTC Vive and the Rift, they've been selling fairly well. I mean, like when you think about it, VR, I think like maybe like especially like 10 years ago, VR was this thing that was talked about as being like, oh, someday we'll get there. And now the way it is like, oh no, we're there, but like and I think it's like I don't remember. I think it's like 6% of the market or something like that, but you know, like now that we're there though, I think it is going to continue to grow. I know that like we kind of shrug our shoulders about it right now because it is still kind of small, but it is way bigger than it used to be, right?
I mean, yeah, it is. I don't know. I haven't seen a good enough use of it to really make me care. I mean, it'd be neat to see Resident Evil 7 in complete first person, and it would be nice to be that immersed, but I don't know.
Well,
I just find it to be a gimmick, but that's just me.
The funny thing with new technology is oftentimes it's created for one way, but it's generally used for something completely different. Like radio was never meant to be public. TV was never really meant to be public either. Dynamite, as an example, was not meant to be used to hurt people. Dynamite was just to help make buildings bigger and make what am I trying to say? Make it easier to build buildings faster. But no, we use dynamite to hurt others, which is ridiculous. But the point being is we're probably going to use VR for something that's not even about video games at all. It might just be something completely different that no one's really figured out yet.
Probably training simulations.
Yeah, I mean,
training
they already
simulations,
use it for
medical equipment. I could definitely see the medical field using it more so than any type of video game experience, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a training simulator like company here in Houston that was hiring not that long ago, and they were building stuff for like police to do virtual reality shooting simulations, believe it or not.
Yeah, and that is definitely a pretty practical use for VR.
Yeah.
Now for video games, I don't
new.
know. Well, yeah. But like it's becoming more of a common day thing for things like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that like there have been rumors though about Nintendo experimenting with that, and like there was even I think like a leaked patent or something like that. So
the thing is, like, you know, I think about VR and I think about playing like a Mario game or a Zelda game or even Pokemon, and I don't know if I would enjoy it in VR. I feel like it would just be disorienting after like 20 minutes. So they would really have to do something that no one else has thought of for me to say, yep, I need to spend $400 on a VR headset just to play these 2 games that are coming out.
I know. Well, first of all, you wouldn't spend $400 on a headset because you already have most of the headset, and that's the Switch tablet. So all you need is something that would allow you to like use that tablet without like feeling like you have a giant weighty block on your head. And I think that's possible. But the thing I would really like to see them do is a Star Fox space simulator, which
that would be cool.
I have been requesting for a long, long time.
If someone made Duck Simulator 2017 for VR, I'd be right there.
Duck Hunt Simulator.
Duck Simulator. Yeah.
That would make me buy into the hype.
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to play a game like that and just be a duck.
But the thing is,
imagine just how amazing that would be.
The thing with VR though is you can think about it for a couple of circumstances, but it's just not as versatile as just playing on a normal monitor. So they would have to find ways to play games in several different genres, and it would have to be just as easy to play. And that's, I think, the problem.
It hasn't been out for that long.
Yes, exactly.
You don't even know what you're talking about, Nathaniel. Because unsubbed.
I'm not sure who is from the comments invading the podcast, but could you please not invade the podcast this way?
Yeah, don't do that. Go away.
Don't do that. We're trying to have a discussion here.
Okay. So other E3 predictions are going to be something along the lines of, oh man, I don't know, because I'm in a place with the gaming industry where I have an idea about what someone's going to do, but I feel like everything is just up in the air. The only thing I know that's going to get shown off is Call of Duty World War II, which is the most creative name that Activision could have possibly thought of.
To be fair, it is one of the more creative titles, which is saying a lot. There was Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 2. It's been basically the same name recycled for like 5 or 6 years, and now it's something different.
Call of Duty Ghosts.
How about just Call of Duty, Call of Duty? They should just call it that. The duty of calling.
Shit, son. Son. No one has ever... That's the first time that pun's ever been said, ever. And you heard it here first on Digicast, episode 31.
Yep.
By the way, that was Nathaniel Bandy who was just talking, and you can find him by Googling Nathaniel Bandy. He is located on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and Twitch. And if you want to also find me, I am on YouTube as well. And
why are you plugging us in the middle of the show?
What are you doing? We already plugged. We plugged for 10 minutes at the beginning.
We plugged it hard, Jacob.
God, stop saying that. Just quit. I don't know. I really don't have many predictions at all. Like I know that they're probably going to talk about Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm incredibly hyped for that. I know they're going to talk about Mario Odyssey, which I would have thought that I'd be more excited for that. I'm more or less just like, okay, it's a Mario game. I'm intrigued and I am excited, but I'm not blown away. And I think a lot of that's just because of the last 5 or 6 years now we've just had, I mean, honestly, like in my opinion, just really not fantastic Mario games.
If they do
I really
Mario
think this
game,
one's going to be fantastic.
I think it is too, and
I think it'll be good. I want to see more.
I like when I saw the Zelda trailer, the very first time I saw that, and I was like, oh snap! that is going to be an awesome game. And I had the same kind of thing going on with this Odyssey vibe. And I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to do it. I think it's going to be, it's hard.
I would just like to say I'm kind of feeling the same way, but I'm the opposite. Like, the first time I saw the Zelda trailer, I was like, okay, that looks good. And I wasn't, like, hyped for it. And then it went on to become one of the, in my opinion, one of the greatest games I've played in probably 10 to 15 years.
You went on to be, like, flat out, like, blasé about Zelda. You were like, I don't even know if I'm excited anymore. And then you played it, and you were like, this is one of the best games I have ever played.
Oh, your impressions of me are just cringy.
They're literally perfect.
They're so wrong. That doesn't sound at all like me. Well, I don't know how much I'm going to like Mario Odyssey. That's basically what you just did. Can we do one of Nathaniel Bainey so I don't feel so just outcasted?
Can I ask like a broad question about E3, which is how
fire, dude. Fire it, man.
How do you think this will affect Nintendo by the end of the year? And like, where do you guys see Nintendo being following this E3?
I think they're going to have a lot of stuff this year. Next year, I don't know. I'm a little worried about the next year or two, but this year I think is going to be fantastic for them.
Yeah, they're firing a lot of stuff out. That's going to be a lot of other people are saying this too, but I want to just regurgitate it. A lot of people are basically saying everything they're releasing is games with a lot of longevity. Like Breath of the Wild, you can play for easily over 200 hours. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just an amazing family experience that can be played, multiplayer or single player. You can get tons of time out of that. That's a good party game. I think Splatoon 2 is going to be a huge hit. ARMS, I really don't know about. I don't really feel like talking about it, though. And I think the Super Mario Odyssey is also going to be a massive game with a lot of stuff to do, and I think a lot of people are going to want to replay it, speedrun it, show it to their friends, play it with their friends. I think there's just everything they're releasing this year, in my opinion, are huge hitters that are going to last long term. Like, these games are building the foundation of the Switch's lifespan, and I think they will last throughout the entirety of it. And as far as games like Fire Emblem Warriors, Disgaea 5, even Minecraft, these games too are going to find their own fan bases on the Switch, and they're gonna continue to grow. Mm-hmm. So
and Skyrim, don't forget Skyrim.
Oh my God, Skyrim! I forgot about Skyrim. I'm getting Skyrim for the Switch. You guys getting Skyrim? I'm gonna get Skyrim for the Switch.
I should probably play it, so I might if I get it for free, then I'll play it.
That's right. You haven't.
Hey, I haven't played that much Skyrim either. I mean, like, I played, it's a really old game at this point, but, back when it first came around, I played it for, like, a matter of minutes. I'm not even kidding you. So,
yeah, dude, I played a solid, like,
actually
12
get in
minutes.
on that as well. Like, literally, like, I sat down, I picked up someone else's controller, and I played for, like, 10 minutes. And then I was like, wow, there's, like, a lot going on here. And so...
I want to chant the themes with you guys, and I can't even do that on here. Ugh. I'm gonna get Skyrim for the Switch.
Well, yeah. I guess I should too, since you are so worried about us not playing it. I'm gonna get it just for you. Yes, and hopefully by that time, Nintendo has their online thingy-mabobby rolled out and working well enough. Online. What are they gonna? Okay, they're gonna talk about that at E3. What are they gonna do? They're probably gonna talk about that, and hopefully they're gonna talk about Virtual Console, because the metric second that Virtual Console gets on the Switch, favorite console of all time, easily. I've reached that point now where I love this thing that much. Everything I've played on it, I've loved. I'm at the point where I don't have a single complaint about the Switch, really. I mean, I have a couple little minor ones, but they're just dwarfed because the console itself is just, again, so cool. And I pretty much freaked out about it, last podcast and the podcast before that. But, like, again, it is just so... it's just so cool. There's no other way to say it. It's just so cool. And I haven't gotten tired of it yet. And I just find myself incorporating it more and more into my daily life, which is making it harder to work on videos, and I hate it. But I love it. I am so ready to re-download Super Mario Bros., Super Mario World, and Super Mario 64, the 3 launch titles for the Virtual Console. I can't wait for you to rebuy them as well. The only one I'm rebuying is Mario 64. I'm not rebuying any of the other ones because I've bought them too much.
You're gonna.
This might be like the very last time that you have to re-buy stuff, because finally they do have an account system, and that just goes back to like not having things to complain about anymore, because they're finally coming out with like the big guns that they've needed to fire on for so long.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I just took a drink of my sparkling lemonade, and it was delicious.
Yeah, it sounded like you got really into like maybe like the ice that was in the cup or something.
Yeah,
do you have a thing for ice, Jacob?
No, where did that come from? I like ice. I'm a human being. I want my drink to be cold, Scott.
I heard ice, and then I heard So I didn't know like what was going on with you.
I mean, I like ice. I mean, I do have a built-up sexual tension with it, but it's no big deal right now. We're not gonna get into that. I do just want to gloss over that. I'm spinning my fidget spinner quite a bit during this episode. It's been nice not to spin the scissors anymore.
Does the fidget spinner relieve tension?
Depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about ice, no, it doesn't. There's just way too much tension there.
So we got Virtual Console, we got online, we have we got potential Metroid. So do you think they're just gonna like blow their entire Nintendo load in 2017, and then they're just not gonna have anything for 2018? Like, what are they gonna do in 2018? Is that when we'll see all of these games that we haven't gotten to see?
We are getting a Fire Emblem game that's not Fire Emblem Warriors.
We're going to get Xenoblade Chronicles 2 when they announce at E3 that they're delaying it to 2018. We're going to get that.
Oh, yeah, that's probably going to happen. You're right.
Yeah, that's
probably going to delay that. Yeah.
They're going to delay it. There's no way that game's coming out this year.
Yeah, and honestly, I wouldn't even want it to come out this year just because there's so many other things coming out. I don't want it to be dwarfed.
Yeah.
I want Mario Odyssey to be the big thing coming out in the fall and winter, and I want third-party games and indie games to just fill in the Switch cake. We'll say that. I want Mario Odyssey to be the big bottom layer, and I want the second layer to just be indies, and then the top layer to just be nice downloadable games. I threw a cake at the Woods, which you can find on the Indie Jacob Instagram. Links below in the description.
Where? How? Okay. Your mind just went right there. It went somewhere else.
Can we go to break and then go to questions? I think we probably have a fair number of questions.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we can do that if we're done. Well, real quick, I do want to mention before we go to break, there's actually mountains that look exactly like the dueling peaks from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it's located in Sado Island on the west coast of Japan. And it's actually kind of cool. They do look exactly like the dueling peaks from Breath of the Wild.
That's pretty cool.
Neat.
That reminds me, speaking of like real world places relating to video game places, what I would really like to see, and this is going to sound weird, but I don't care. I want to see a new Pilot Wings. Is that weird? Is that weird to request?
That's pretty
weird.
Am
I the only one that likes Pilot Wings?
I like Pilot Wings.
I like Pilot Wings. I want to see a new Pilot Wings. Okay, we can.
I would rather see Diddy Kong Racing Switch. That.
Oh yeah, happen. I mean me too, obviously. But I mean, I just thought.
But I really like Pilot Wings.
Yeah.
Pilot Wings is one of those games where I can see Nintendo releasing another one of just when they need something to fill like a 3-month gap. And they're like, okay, we have these assets from the 3DS version. Let's upscale these and clean them up, and let's just release a downloadable Switch Pilot Wings. Actually, that's going to be their flagship VR title.
Possibly.
Probably.
That's probably
Actually,
that
would
be
cool.
legit.
Along with Pink Gold Peach Sex Simulator 2018. That's probably going to be the other one. And then they're exclusively going to send it to Nathaniel Bandy. Because Nintendo themselves don't want that joke to go away, even though Nathaniel himself does. and they're just gonna basically drain him of resources and force that joke down everyone's throats and just keep constantly driving him into a state of madness. And he'll eventually just become his own Donald Trump. Yeah,
it's a meme that will not die. I asked people to slow down, and it's
in other words, from what Jacob is saying, Pink Gold Peach will one day be the president of the United States of America.
2020.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
Let's go to break now.
This podcast is so weird.
So that's the end of the break, and we're gonna go right into questions now because that was great.
This is just the most. Okay, yeah. Good. Ask the questions.
It was the most what, Scott? I'd like you to finish your sentence.
I just cannot believe how this is. I can't even.
And this is the one that in the Digicast Discord chat a couple days ago we said that we did want to make sure we talked about games this time. So we actually completely reverse psychologied ourselves, and we talked probably more about cake and Donald Trump and our plugging than video games this week. And you know, guys, I'm quite proud of that. This is a great product. I think after this one, I'm going to go actually officially open up my Patreon page and just say you should pay me for this episode of the Digicast alone. What the hell was that?
That was a distraction, so we would go to the questions.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it worked.
Good.
All right. Sloopy J has a question. If you could have any video game power-up, gear, item, etc. in real life, what would it be?
The star from Mario Kart.
Aw, you stole mine.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll fight you. I will fight you for it.
Jeez.
Yeah, but except you won't be able to fight me for it because I'll just be like taking people out left and right with that star power.
No, here's the thing. If we're fighting for the star, neither of us have the star.
Okay. I see. I understand the scenario now.
Yes. So we'll be fighting for the star, holding it, but the idea, we have to eat the star. So whoever can eat the star wins. But what ends up happening is we're both eating the star at the same time, and we both eat half of the star, and then we both just die because you're supposed to eat the whole thing. Because if you don't eat the whole thing, then you just die. That's just how it works.
I thought you were gonna go to like one of those like what is it, Lady and the Tramp or whatever, the cartoon where
I
like
really thought about it, but that would have been a little weird.
I mean, you went there. The fact that like we were both there on the same page, Nathaniel, I think that says a lot. So, anyway.
Well, that's the alternate story. The alternate.
I think that means we're not actually supposed to fight over the star.
Yes. And then we find out Jacob sells stars, so I give you the star and I buy one for myself. And then we both have stars.
Oh, so nice.
That was weird. I don't know. That's my answer.
There are so many power-ups. You don't want Cloud Flower, the Fire Flower.
That's the thing, is there's so many power-ups.
Dude,
like, I don't even know where to start.
I would love to have like Screw Attack from Super Metroid as well.
That'd be cool.
Screw Attack owns. Or Space Jump.
Actually, I want Jigglypuff's Final Smash where you just grow really big for no reason and then you just go small again.
I don't even know where to start. Like I'm running through so many power-ups right now, and I honestly can't think of anything.
There are so many choices.
The Flood Pack would be cool. Just flying around.
See, that would be fun, because I would want to be invincible because it would make me feel like I was just immortal, and I don't want to feel like that.
I would love to feel like that.
I want to die someday.
Death is for like losers who die and stuff. I don't want to die.
Actually, no. I do know what I want. I want to be the bee in a jar from The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh,
that is a sweet power up, dude. If you release the bee, he just flies around. That's what I want. So realistically, all I want is I want to be in a jar that I can just pop out and have it sting me.
Wait, I'm confused. For a second, I thought you were saying you wanted to be the bee in the jar.
No,
so like you wanted to like be trapped in a jar as a bee. Oh, okay. I got it. I'm with you now. I'm on the same page.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay.
So next question. Do you think a remake of Mario Party 1 through 3 with updated graphics and slight improvements would be worth it?
Yes.
Yes. From Dean.
Yes.
Dean. Yes, Dean. Yes.
Yes, that got weird. Yes, I do think it would be worth it. I would definitely buy that.
Yeah.
Although,
I mean, why not?
They would have to put some type of disclaimer on the package of the box because they can't have kids running around with bloody hands anymore from Mario Party 1.
Oh.
Well, Jacob, there's no more N64 controllers, so I don't think that would happen.
I mean, they're out there.
They're out there, but if they were to re-release them, you wouldn't use an N64 controller.
You can buy brand new ones for USB.
They're out there, Damon. We have to catch them.
What? Yes, I want the remakes. That's my answer.
This is probably the most important one, and hence why I left it here. All right, I want you to fire off immediately after I ask this question.
Okay.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Don't think, just let it happen.
Boxer briefs. I have to do boxer briefs.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a brief man myself. I like my junk to be dangling in the wind.
I mean, like you gotta have things well managed. You know what I mean? Like if
like
because with
go.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I used to do just boxers, but one time in 8th grade I was at some theme park, and then down there it did not feel comfortable, and like the for whatever reason there was a really bad pain. It was like the worst pain I've ever had in my life. I didn't know what it was. I didn't have to pee, but there was just something down that just did not feel good at all. I went to the hospital. They're like, you have to wear tighty whities now. But I'm doing like a combination of boxers and briefs, which is why I said boxer briefs, because that situation happened. That's why.
What was the situation?
Yeah, I need to hear more about this.
Like there. Well, because I'll tell you this, like with dudes, like hernias are really common, right? And like, I think it's like 1 in 4 dudes will have a hernia sometime in their lifetime.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
And and in that case, you like it's just it's not a good idea to. Well, I mean, I guess you can like after you kind of recover and stuff, but life is easier if you don't go with everything just hanging like of its own weight.
Exactly,
because its own weight can be quite heavy for what it is.
Sounds like you're packing.
I mean, I'm not.
Are you packing a big suitcase or a little suitcase?
Look, what I was gonna say is that it's really important to have things well managed. You know what I mean? You gotta manage things. All right. If you're wearing boxers, you might as well go commando.
What is this question?
Whoa!
You're not managing anything. All right. So like with me, like I gotta keep things managed.
I do a healthy blend of both. Sometimes I like my junk to just free fly and flow, so I'm a boxer guy. And then some days, like today, I am a brief man who just, again, like we have already said, we like to manage our systems well and our departments. So I'm all for managing. And you can only do that with briefs, which you can find on my Instagram. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
Whoa.
So you can't find that on my Instagram, and you shouldn't go.
I'm not gonna lie.
It.
I would be really impressed if you like somehow like just busted out a sponsorship out of nowhere, and you were just like, and by the way, we are sponsored by Jockey, and like it was like a real thing, and it was just like boom.
That'll happen
whoa.
someday if anyone wants to support this piece of shit podcast.
I don't see that happening, honestly. I don't see.
Thank you for that vote of confidence.
I'll tell you who would support the podcast, and that's one of the many pizza companies that we have mentioned on the show.
Oh my god. You have to talk about Domino's. Perfect segue into Domino's.
What? You really want me to talk about that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so here in Texas, like this past week, apparently some like group of teenagers tried to rob a Domino's pizza dude, and the pizza dude was packing, but not like packing like boxers or briefs packing. Like he was like
he just scared
like
of
he
how
had a
big
gun.
his dick is.
Yeah.
It's like back up.
No, The dude was armed. He like fled from the teenagers. The teenagers chase after him, and like I think like a shootout happened. He like shot and killed one of the teens, and then I think he like injured the other one or something like that. And so like bottom line is like you need to respect Domino's, all right? Because like Domino's is not to be trifled with.
No,
that
the bottom
conversation,
line.
like those sentences you just said, could be taken in a very different way if you were thinking about dicks instead of guns. I would just like to mention that. Yeah. So
The bottom line is just eat at Papa John's, because then you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff happening.
what kind of there's no shady workers with guns working at Papa John's.
No.
They get paid the big. They get paid the big bucks there.
Dude, it is totes the big bucks.
It's $1.25 more to lay the Papa pepperoni. Okay, next question. What is your favorite game of 2017 so far besides Zelda Breath of the Wild? And that was from El Natan.
Why are they assuming that Zelda's my favorite game of the year right now?
Probably because we have like a giant nerd orgy every time we talk about it on the podcast.
That's true. It kind of is my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have any favorite games? Because mine was Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
As we all know.
Yeah.
Which is on par with Breath of the Wild, I would just like to say.
I'll let Nathaniel go first if he has one.
It's a tie between Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I really liked both of those a lot. Those are my two favorites, I guess, so far. I know my favorite's probably going to end up being Mario Odyssey, but...
Yeah, I'm really loving Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I also really enjoy Binding of Isaac, and I have not gotten to play enough Binding of Isaac. So, yeah. But honestly, I have not had a lot of time to play, like, in the past several weeks, that many games. So, but I have been I think of everything, I've been playing the most Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Cool. All right, well, and I think we'll just do one more here, top it off. If you haven't talked about it yet, what are your thoughts on NBA Playgrounds?
None of the above. Go ahead, Jacob.
I like it. I'm not going to have too much to say, honestly, because it's lacking features right now, like online features. There's not really any matchmaking, so I haven't really gotten to play it with my friends yet. The core game itself is fine, but it feels a lot like it's absolutely not nearly as bad. It feels a lot like Battlefront, that you have this amazing core game with really neat mechanics and there's content there to enjoy, but I wish there was more. And I'm happy to hear that the developer said all the updates are going to be free. Like, they're going to include all the online updates and everything for free. There's not really going to be any DLC for it. And they are hard at work on updating the online features with things like matchmaking and other modes. So that'll be nice, because right now the online is really bare bones. So yeah, the game is fun though. It's really fun. It's a faithful NBA Jam recreation with a little bit more technique than I was expecting, and which is kind of a pleasant surprise. And also it takes a little bit of the charm away, like the arcade charm of it, but it's still really fun. I still like it a lot. It's better than Ukulele, and that's really all that matters.
I mean, I would be down to play it. I'm down to play it. I can tell you this.
With you, Jacob, but
I'm going to play Ukulele first, because I still haven't played Ukulele.
Yes,
I mean,
you should play Ukulele.
Yeah.
It's fun. I really liked it, honestly. I thought it was a fun game. Definitely has flaws.
It's not
but
bad. It's not bad.
It's a good 7 out of 10 if I were to give it a number.
Yeah. It's
Even
fun.
though I
it's
hate
a
doing
6.
numbers.
It's a 6 to 7 out of 10. It's a fun game. It's not fantastic, but it's not horrible or anything.
Sounds like it's worth playing.
It is worth playing.
I think what I'm gonna I sold it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna rebuy it for the Switch when it comes out, after they update it, because apparently the updates are gonna be pretty sizable. It's not gonna change a lot of the core game, but a lot of things that I was annoyed with sound like they're gonna be touched on with the update. So that's exciting.
Right. For me, it's probably just going to work out that, like, by the time I'm able to buy it, it's probably going to come out for Switch right around that time. So
yeah,
I'll probably just do that.
And it's also just annoying when I don't have stuff for the Switch, too. Like,
That's true.
I don't like buying things that aren't for the Switch now.
I know.
And
I'm the same way.
That bothers me because now the Switch has poisoned my mind.
Right. If I can't have my mind poisoned, then what is the point of a purchase? Wait.
That's a good way to live.
What I meant is like, if I can't like go to work and while I'm shoveling a hot dog into my mouth, wait, that didn't come out right either. While I'm trying to have lunch and eat at the same time, if I can't play the Switch, then like life is just not worth living. So there's no reason to buy any.
You need to go back to that hot dog shovel and let me know how that's going.
Yeah, I kind of lost you there at the end, but
that was a good podcast. That was a good podcast, guys.
You weren't half asleep this time.
So here's where we're going to do the promotion instead of 5 times during the middle of it. Nathaniel, you are on the corners of the internet where normal people usually don't go. And would you like to tell us about those corners?
So if you want to come to my deep, dark corners, just look up my name on YouTube.
How did you manage to make that sexual?
I didn't mean... How?
Okay.
Can I just talk?
If you would like to come to my deep, dark corners, and that was the tone that you had expressed said interest in.
You made it sound like... Oh my God. YouTube.com/C/Nathaniel Bandy. Twitter Nathaniel Bandy1. Okay, go. Your turn.
I like someone else put the C in your URL.
That /C, it works. It's a lot better than / all those random numbers.
Yeah, true. So, Scott, how's the progress on the game going?
It's all right. Sorry, I was laughing really hard. Let me take a drink of water. Hang on. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, no, the game is going well. It's going well. I've had to slow down a little bit because of like side projects and stuff. And I'm a busy man. But the game is going well. The trailer music, I cannot. You know what? After we stop recording, I think I should let you guys hear it because it is glorious.
I want to hear it.
Exclusive behind the scenes Digicast. Ooh.
Yes, but the general public will not get to hear it until the trailer comes out, and it is so awesome, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait to finish the trailer. But there's going to be some time until it happens because I still have like a lot of combat stuff to finish, and there's animations, and there's a lot going on with it right now. So yeah, but it's going well. Age of Nomads, ageofnomads.com is where you can find it. Definitely go check it out.
I feel like your theme is just going to be the Age of Empires theme.
Negative.
All right.
Negative.
And
legally speaking, Jacob, that can never happen.
Well, true. You could be like a lot of those Steam asset flippers, and you can make it happen.
Nope. Actually, and this music, by the way, is fully original from a dude named Alex Kurlov. And I'll talk about him more in the future. I guarantee it.
Well, great, cool. And as always, you can find me on the Indie Jacob YouTube channel that you are probably watching this on right now, because I don't know anyone else who could possibly get a hold of this unless you just use a standard YouTube downloader and pretend to be me. So that's where you're watching this. And check out my Outlast 2 video I just released. I hope more people watch that. I am trying to do other things besides Nintendo, and I hope people don't flip out about that. So yeah, I had a fun time making it. I hope you guys enjoy it. And with that, I think that's about it for this week. It was a fun episode.
If people are still watching by the time that this end card comes up, then I am absolutely baffled. I mean, we talked about Trump, cakes, E3, ICE. I mean, there was so much going on. You know what I mean?
There was a lot going on. I would like if you are still watching, you should put the titles of the 2 videos that I put in the end card. You should put those in your comment, because that'll let me know how many people actually stay here. And then no one will do that, and then I'll feel sad. So, yeah.
Yeah. Sadness. Be prepared.
All right. Bye.
Bye.